Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Welcome back all my lovely regular viewers, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. So I have to start off by apologising that I've been a bit AWOL for a few days, but I've been having some trouble with my broadband, so hopefully come Monday it will all be back to normal, and I'm going to try and quickly upload this video before it decides to turn off again. So I am using today most of the acrylic I'm using is from CJP, and this particular one is called Fantasy, and it's one of their core powders. It's very similar to Plush Cover by Glitterbels, and it's so easy to work with. So as you can see, I'm starting out on the middle finger and I'm doing an extended nail bed. So what I'm doing here is I'm using the side of my brush just to create a wall going around that smile line, and that way whatever colour I'm going to be using next, I can butt it up to that wall and it's going to be nice and crisp. But before I do that, I will come back and crisp up that smile line once it's cured with a hand file. So normally when I'm doing extended nail beds, I would normally build up my apex because it's usually with a core powder. But this time I'm not. I'm going to keep it pretty flat and I'm going to build up my apex when I go to cap the rest of the nails in the clear. So on now to the ring finger, and I'm going to be doing kind of an autumn set. So I'm getting in with this lovely burgundy colour from Brillbird. They don't have names for their colours, they have numbers. So I will put the number that I've used in the description box below. So on the ring finger, it's just going to be a full coverage of this burgundy, and then I will go in and do some 3D flowers on top. On to the little finger now, and I'm getting in with the CJP Berry Splatter. This is one of my favourite glitters. I absolutely love this glitter. It is so sparkly and the colours that are in it are just absolutely stunning. It definitely, I love this one. I can't wait until we do top coat time so that we can see this come to life. So it's just going to be a full coverage on the little finger, and for those of you that have watched my videos before, you know if I'm going to be doing the thumbs, I normally do the little finger and the thumb the same. So it really wouldn't be an autumn set without a marble. So I'm going to be using the Fantasy and the Brillbird one just to do this marble, and I'll also be using the glitter. So I am going to do the 3 bead method. So I've got a really wet brush. I'm picking up the beads and then I'm just going to place them on the nail and use the tip of my brush just to marble them together and spread them about the nail plate. And then I'll just continue that the whole way down the nail. You can go in with bigger beads, you know, but I find that when you work with the smaller beads, you've got more control over them and you're still going to get the same effect at the end. The last few videos that I've done the acrylic application in real time, but I just thought this time I would go ahead and do it at double speed just to keep the length of the video down for you guys. I am so looking forward to hitting the 1st of December so that we can start to do some Christmas designs and some more winter designs. So I will be starting those come the 1st of December, so I can't wait. On to the thumb now. I'm sorry, just the start of this one is slightly out of frame, but as you see I catch on. So it's the same as the little finger. I'm going in with this gorgeous glitter. It's called Berry Splatter and it's from CJP. Back to the middle finger now, and I'm going in with my hand file and I'm just going to crisp up the smile line that I did using the Fantasy. That way whenever I butt the colour up to it, it's going to be really crisp and sharp. So a quick dust off and a wipe some alcohol just before I go ahead and place the colour on. So I'm going back in again with the Brillbird colour, the lovely burgundy, and I'm just going to put that right up to the smile line. At this part I'm putting it on more or less like a paint because I want to get the colour right up close to that smile line and making sure that I get right into the corners, and then I'll go back in with a bigger bead and just pat them into place. As you can see here, I've went in with the bigger bead. So I haven't spread all of that burgundy right down to the free edge because I'm going to go in with some of the Berry Splatter, the glitter, just so that it ties in with the rest of the nails. And I'm just going to bring that up just until it kind of touches the burgundy colour. I don't want to put it right up to the smile line. I just want to do it like an ombre. Again, a quick dust off and a wipe with some alcohol just to make sure that there's no dust on the nails from whenever I was filing that smile line. And then I'm going to go ahead and cap all the nails with Glitterbels glass slippers. I'm not going to show all the nails being capped because they are all capped the same way, and I do want to keep the length of the video down for you guys. So I usually start off by placing a large bead about a third of the way down the nail, and then I will just gently pat that into place until I get to the free edge. And then after that I go in with my cuticle bead and spread that and blend it back down to that first bead. And if I need to place any more beads, I don't worry too much about placing, you know, the number of beads. You know, it doesn't matter whether you place 5 beads or 10 beads on the nail. It just, as long as your nail is structurally sound, and you know that your apex is in place and it's not going to break, then what does it matter how many beads you use? So now that the nails have all cured, I'm going to go ahead and do my normal filing routine. So I always start at the side walls and make sure they're nice and straight. Then I go to my lower arch and I make sure that's nice and straight. And your lower arch is located, if you turn the nail to the side, and it's where the natural nail would come out. So you want to make sure that that's not dipping down, that it's coming out nice in a straight line. After I've done that, you want to go to, well, I go to the free edge and I make sure that's nice and straight and the shape that I want it. Then I go to the cuticle area and make sure that's nice and flush, and all the time I'm always filing up towards my apex just to make sure that the apex is kept high and that I know that my nail is symmetrical and structurally sound. And again, I'm only going to show one of the nails being filed just to keep the length of the video down, because they're all filed in exactly the same way. So now that all the nails have all been filed and shaped, it's top coat time. So I'm just giving them a quick wipe over with some alcohol just to remove any dust and debris from the nails, because I don't want my top coat to be contaminated, the brush to be contaminated with any nail dust. So this is where we should get the wow, because we're using glitter, and this glitter is gorgeous. One of my favorite. As you can see, it just comes to life before our eyes. Gorgeous. Love it. As I'm working on my flexi hand, I'm going to go ahead and cure the rhinestones into the top coat. If I was working on a client, I would normally cure my top coat and then I would go in using CJP's gripper glue and I would adhere the rhinestones that way. The CJP gripper glue is amazing for your rhinestones. Literally, they will not move. So when your client comes back in for maintenance, you usually have to use nippers to get those rhinestones off. It's like Gorilla Glue. It's fantastic. So I didn't show all the rhinestones being put on because, as you know, it's very tedious and it starts to crack me up. Rhinestones are like my... So on the ring finger, I placed a large rhinestone and I'm going in with my little 3D acrylic brush. So I believe this one is a size 4, I think, a 4 or 5. Brillbird doesn't really tell you the sizes of their brushes, they just go by names. So I pick up a really wet bead whenever I'm doing any form of 3D artwork, and then I'll drain out as much of the liquid as I can onto a cotton pad, and then I'll place it onto the nail. So you want to make sure that your acrylic bead is glossy before you put it on the nail, because especially on this set I'm working on a glossy surface, so if your acrylic bead is dry, it's just going to slide right off and you're not going to be able to do anything with it. So you always want to make sure that you pick up a really glossy bead and then give it time to settle on the nail and then start to work it into the shape that you want. This particular 3D design that I'm doing on the nails is so effective, it's so pretty, and it just really does set the nails off, and it's a very simple 3D artwork to do. So I'm going to go ahead and let you watch the rest of the video of me doing the 3D flowers, and I'll come back at the end. And here is the finished set, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up. And for those of you that haven't already subscribed to my channel, you could go ahead and help support me and hit that subscribe button now. And I will see you all in the next video. So take care. See you soon. Bye.